G'day folks, couple of bangers for you today. Big recip, Sabre saw.
Yes.
What's the model?
SSE 18 LTX BL.
Yep.
And this is the same.
Exactly the same, but it says compact after it.
That's right.
Which is my favourite form factor, as most people who watch here would know.
BL always means brushless on Metabo tools.
Yep.
Probably most other brands too. 18 volt.
Yep.
Is the 18, of course.
Yep.
LTX always means like premium for Metabo.
Yes. Yep.
I believe. In fact, I think even does Makita say LTX on things as well?
Nah, they're LXT.
Ah, close though.
Very close.
Anyway, these are Metabo. Are these German tools?
No, both Chinese.
Both Chinese tools.
Yep.
I was going to take the battery off, but we'll talk about the batteries later.
Yeah, don't start on a negative. It's not a negative, because we don't start on negative. We start on positives.
Right.
One positive I'm going to say is that, as usual, I nearly wet my pants over this one because I love compact recips.
The one-handed style.
I love the one-handed, that form factor.
That hacksaw.
It suits me. Yep.
Kind of style.
I've got little soft wrists. What I will say, and I noted to you fairly quickly,
Yep.
is that this... It's not front heavy like a lot of them.
No.
It's got a different style here instead of your standard pistol through.
Yep.
This feels really nice.
For a full-size saber saw,
Yep.
this is on the smaller and lighter side, no question.
Yep.
It's very ergonomic.
Yep.
I guess we should probably just talk about one after the other, right? Do you want to start with this?
Sure, start with that.
Right. So this guy here has the adjustable shoe at the front.
Yes.
3 settings here, so you can get more life out of your blades.
So there's a little lever here. For anybody who doesn't know, that lever, you flick the lever out and you adjust your shoe backwards and forwards.
Yep.
Gives you a little bit extra blade life.
It does.
Because you can move it forwards and back.
Very handy. Also good when there's something behind your material that you don't want to hit with the end of your blade.
Yep.
Enables you to push the whole thing back.
That's true.
It's got a nice blade change lever on the opposite side.
Yes.
It's not giant like most of them.
No,
it's kind
actually,
of
yeah, a
half
lot of
size.
them usually are bigger than that.
Yeah, it's kind of half size, but absolutely fine.
Yep.
No problems there. So, in terms of usability,
Yep.
A+.
Yep. Got the LED at the front as well. You got the high beams on. What I
true.
will say, just quickly, on that lever, if you look at that and go, so what? I'm telling you now, once you got this thing sitting in mud and a bit of grit, or you got cold fingers, there's nothing worse than putting your fingers in here into a knurled fitting to turn it to put your blade in and out. Now that's exactly what this has got, but that's actually a decent knob on it.
And it's very accessible.
Super accessible. I do rather this lever style though.
I've never seen that lever style on a little one-handed style.
Oh, that's true.
But this unit, so yeah, very easy to use. And then it's got a handle, the main handle, on like an almost 45-degree
built for speed
angle.
Yep.
And what I really liked about that is because often with a reciprocating saw you're pushing down.
Yep.
And this enables you to actually push in the direction that you're cutting as well as into the material.
You noted that as soon as you used it.
I
hadn't noticed it. I've been the one using that mostly at
Yeah.
work. I hadn't noticed that at all. But you're right.
I think that is extremely ergonomic.
Yeah.
And I would like to see other brands take that up.
Yeah, I don't know if any others have got it like that. I think most are your standard pistols
What about
straight
that
through.
Bosch strange looking one? I can't remember what shape that one's in.
Oh, that was a wacko. I don't know.
But anyway, that is a cracking saber saw.
Yep.
Its vibrations were quite reasonable.
Yep.
Certainly, we tested it out against my Flex Volt one that I keep in my ute.
Yep.
Which is not the greatest of reciprocating saws, to be fair. But it had a lot less vibration than that, which is a good start. It also was faster. Yep. Significantly faster in timber. Or a little bit faster, but far more comfortable.
Much more comfortable.
Yeah.
So this, also the pitch, and we talk a lot about noise.
Oh, yeah.
And you think it's a bit slower, and you think it's not quite all there.
Yep.
Because it's not screaming its guts out. German engineering, I'm going to say, because it is Chinese made.
Yep.
But the Germans, they love quietening things down.
They do.
They love dampening things down and going, hey, this is comfortable to use.
Yeah.
That is comfortable to use.
Very, and yeah, really nice on the ears. Its strokes per minute are a bit down from most brands, have them up at 3,000 or 3,200. Yep. This one's down at 2,700.
I thought that was 3,000.
No, the compact one is.
Oh, cool. All right.
So yeah, 2,700 there, and the stroke length is 32 mil, which is as big as any around.
Okay.
Which is really
That's interesting because the cutting of that was exemplary in our test, and I just, when I used it up at work every time, I was like, man, this thing's nice.
Yes.
So I know you can't equate nice into results and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But the fact that is down on strokes per minute is interesting.
It is, and I think that might be one of the reasons that it shakes you around less and that the noise and the pitch is very comfortable.
Yeah, fair call.
So suffice to say, this is not going to be the most powerful on the market. No. Definitely not. But it probably is the lightest and most kind of compact.
What was the kilos? I had it written down there somewhere. 2.5. 5.5.
Is that with a battery or without?
2.5. No, it's without a battery.
Yeah.
Because as we know, batteries ain't batteries.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're different. 5.5 amp.
Yeah.
10 amp. You would think that that's double the weight, but it's not. We'll talk about that.
Right.
So that's cool. 360. No, $315 ish.
Okay.
For a skin.
Just to sum up on that unit.
Yep.
Really good power at a very tiny
Yep.
and comfortable package.
Yep.
That is definitely going to be one of my favourite ever Sabre saws of this form factor because of that combo.
That's a big call.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And we've used some really nice ones, and we've reviewed lots of Sabre saws over the last year.
Yes.
From some good brands.
Yep.
And I kind of want to keep that in my ute because it is a really big upgrade for me.
Okay.
So love that, and let's talk about the little one.
Cool. Compact style, my favourite. There's no bells and whistles as such on this. There's a small LED.
Yep.
You've got your knurled change here. I think maybe this is the one you use and abuse things with more.
Yeah.
So it gets crustier up here.
Yeah.
I never noticed an issue with this in here, but also that shoe, there's no adjustability on the shoe on the compacts. You can get your fingers in there really easy and change that blade there. That is 3,000 strokes per minute.
It is, but only 16 mil stroke distance, so half the distance.
Yep.
Which is why if you go and try and cut 2x4s, studs or whatever with that, you're going to hate life.
Yep.
They're not made for it.
It's going to take forever.
It's really hard to clear the chips with that shorter stroke length.
Yeah, cool.
Where it's going to excel is thin-walled tubes, PVC, metal, copper, that sort of thing.
Yep.
That's what they're designed for.
And pruning stuff. People might laugh, but more often than not, tradies, people, everybody use these as pruners.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Because they're phenomenal for it. I ran it mostly on a compact because that's all it really needs.
That's the 4 amp hour that it's got on there. That's a perfect match for that tool.
It is. One thing just to note with the compact, I don't know if it had it on this one. Oh, yeah. It's got the CAS, I call it CAS, but it's not the CAS sticker. Core Alliance Systems. Now,
Cordless Alliance?
Cordless Alliance, sorry, yes. That's Metabo. There's 15 or something or other companies that use their battery system and all the rest of it.
Yeah, really big in Europe.
Really big in Europe. I just thought it was interesting that Metabo seems to have changed and they're making that really known now.
And even on the tool, despite the fact
on the tool,
really
on the battery.
It's about them sharing their batteries with a bunch of brands.
Correct.
So that's,
it's
very, very cool.
So in Australia, not such a big thing, but in Europe, that's massive.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to become a thing here. Who knows? The world changes in funny ways.
So what's the performance like on the little guy?
Look, I say it's cracker, but I can't equate that to that because I don't sit there and do big, heavier stuff with that.
Right. What a lot of people will say when they pick that up is, oh, this feels like a 12 volt tool.
Yeah.
It is the size of a 12 volt.
Yep.
Sabre saw, for sure.
Yep.
And you've got a couple of red ones hanging up on the wall over there.
Yep.
And it is much closer to the 12 volt than it is to the 18 volt in size.
Yeah.
In fact, it's about the same as the 12.
But compared to that,
a lot of power.
Smokes.
This has got 18 volt power all day.
Yes.
I
was a little concerned when we got it out because Metabo's we call it sister company, Hikoki.
Okay.
They've got one almost the same size, and you go, oh man, it doesn't look super strong and big and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
That's got some serious grunt.
It does.
The size of it is deceiving.
It is. Now, it's not going to keep up, again, with the best, or most powerful, I should say, single-handed unit out there.
No.
But it's a lot smaller than that too.
Yep.
So, again, Metabo have kept both these tools compact with good power, not industry-leading power, but I think a really nice power to weight and size ratio.
Yeah, that's fair. What I want to touch on quickly is 3-year warranty on the Metabo.
Yep.
What I do want to touch on, I'm going to throw a negative out there and then a couple of positives about the battery.
Sure.
The negative of Metabo, and I've got people at Metabo who go, you're an idiot. That's okay. Not first person to call me an idiot. Their battery removal is painful, I think.
Really annoying. You
press the lever at the back and you're supposed to be able to just, it's really easy. Metabo people pull it off easy. But you know what happens with me? Exactly that. I end up pushing it and I give it a knock. So I think the drop protection of these are fantastic because mine
have to be.
Mine get dropped all the time. Look, I don't find a Metabo battery falling off ever.
No.
And I'm guessing that they seal very well because, man,
They feel like it.
they are stuck on really well.
Yep, agreed.
Maybe it's just us. That's one little negative that I would
it's
say.
been like that for ages. Look, maybe if you're the type of person...
Others don't whinge about it.
Well, I don't know, but I think they should. It genuinely is annoying.
I think it's annoying.
If you're changing batteries regularly,
yep,
that's definitely going to be a pain in the butt.
Yep.
The flip side of that is Metabo make... Because that's just a fitting thing.
Yep.
In terms of the quality of the battery, who makes better batteries than Metabo?
Bosch have to be almost on par.
Maybe.
But the Metabo batteries are incredible. One little thing, just in case somebody doesn't know it there, some information on the Metabo, 5.5 amp,
yep,
10 amp. You would think that there's going to be 900 grams or maybe 600 grams or 300 grams of difference.
Yep.
There's 12 grams.
Right, so it's basically nothing.
Yep.
Now, it's worth talking a bit about that. Can I talk about batteries for a minute?
You can, but be quick because people will fall asleep.
Okay. So, the reason this doesn't weigh anymore is that it's still 2 rows of cells. So it's a different chemistry in these.
Yep.
Gives more amp hours,
yep,
but lower amps. So lower power, instantaneous power. So you can't get the same performance out of that 10 as you can out of this 5.5.
You know people are going to blow up on that.
But it's true.
You're going to get comments.
And I've spoken to Metabo,
yep,
like technical people about it.
Yep.
They've got a chart. 5.5 is their most powerful battery.
Yep.
Any high draw tool, that's the battery that will give you the best performance.
Yep.
It won't last as long on
Correct.
a drill.
So performance versus tank size.
That's right.
Yep.
So keep that in mind with what you're trying to do. If the tool doesn't actually draw that much power,
yep,
then a 10 is going to last way longer.
Yes.
But if you're using it in a grinder or a circular saw or something,
chowing on it,
then this 5.5 is probably going to last
yep,
almost as long as that 10.
So if you want some serious herbs,
yep,
bust out that, or the 5.2 is also a fantastic battery.
Yeah, the 5.2 is not as powerful as this.
Okay.
In fact, the 4 is almost as powerful as the 5.2. So
okay,
anyway, we're going to confuse people.
Yep.
Suffice to say though, have a look at their chart.
Yep.
Don't just think bigger battery equals more power.
Yep.
In some of the other brands, their 12 or 9 amp hour batteries are a lot more powerful,
yep,
because they are deeper.
Yep.
They've got a third row of cells in there.
Yep. Which Metabo despise the idea of that.
Yes,
and
they do.
They have said we will not be putting a third row in until they can sort out the cooling.
Yeah.
Because you have battery stack, and then in the charging, using, discharging, that middle layer gets heated up too much.
Yeah.
And they've got the individual cell protection.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's probably a bit too nerdy, and I don't know, have my head pop off because I'm not 100% sure what I'm talking about sometimes. That is a cracking battery, 12 grams difference. So you want a big fuel tank with 10 amps, magnificent. 5.5 of it is a beast of a battery.
Yeah, that is the beast.
We have loved these tools. We've got a compact recip comparison coming up soon.
Yes.
So Dwayno gets off his dial with comparisons.
Yep.
I whinge about them, but once we get to it, we have fun.
Yep.
So thank you very much. Thanks to Metabo for the tools.
Yep.
We've loved playing with these. That is absolutely staying in the back of my ute.
Yep.
You reckon you're going to get that, but you're probably not.
We'll see.
All right. Any questions, hit us up here.
Yep.
We're always on Instagram. Always keen for a bit of a chat.
Tell us what you wanted to see in the comparison of the compact units, one-handed units.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next time.
That'd be cool.
Thanks.